everyone, it's Dominique, and this is the final part of the Tunisian Crochet wallet, which originally started out as a shawl from a pattern in a book, and it didn't work out for me because I knew deep down inside I could not commit to making a monstrously huge shawl for myself. Being a stay-at-home mom, 2 dogs, you know, trying to keep the place clean, it requires commitment to do a shawl. So instead I opted on not unraveling my work and instead turning it into a card wallet, which I desperately needed because I was always losing my cards, and my other wallet is kind of chunky and bulky, and this one, it slips into my purse, it slips into my gym bag, it's flexible, it's a good size. Alright, so what I did in the last video, which I had to cut off, sorry about that, I just sewed, I folded my Tunisian crochet inside out, and I just sewed along the edges, and what I did was I took my yarn, and I just used my yarn to sew. I made a knot at the end, I doubled it up so I knew it would be nice and thick and tight, and then I just snipped off the ends, made a little knot, turned it inside out, and here we are. So here's the fun part, the button. I went for purple, it was eye-catching, it was fun, and it will be different. And blue and pink or blue and red makes purple, so I thought it was appropriate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it as roughly as I can in the center, and what we'll do is we'll sew it on. I'm going to be a little funky, and because it's mostly on a pink background, or my main color background, I'm going to use blue yarn to thread it on. Or you could use something totally different, depending how eye-catching you wanted it. So I'm going to double my thread up. That way the button stays on nice and tight. Okay. So just be careful you don't prick your fingers, and just sew the button on. You can sew around as many times as you like. I'll probably do it twice and in a few different directions, just because I hate when my buttons snap off. I don't know about anybody else, but it's a bit of a pain when you lose a button, and if you can't find any buttons that look like what's on your outfit. Okay. There we go, just a little extra tugging there because we doubled up the yarn, or I did anyway. I'm going to go across. This way my button will stay in place. I wouldn't recommend using thread for a button on a knitted object like this, because with a wallet you're going to be flicking open that loop on and off, and you want it to be secure. You know, you don't want to have to worry that your cards are going to fall out, so I would recommend using yarn. And then we'll just do the same thing and just give it a snip, tie it up in the back. I usually do a double knot. And I got this button at my local fabric shop, and it was just off to the side. They usually sell the buttons in tubes, with one of the buttons on the cap so you know what it looks like. It was the one that caught my eye the most.